Hey guys, and welcome to a new little series of mine. Something you may have heard over at Johnstone's or at ChaoticMeatball channels. The Professor Oak Challenge. Little disclaimer at the start. I don't really want to copy their concepts. They did such great videos, which you definitely should check out, and I thought it might be a fun thing to do on my own. Turned out, it is. So, this is my little spin on the series. And because I am who I am, I started it with the easiest of the games you can do a Professor Oak challenge. Pokemon Gold and Silver. Well, Pokemon Silver to be more precise. But what is the Professor Oak challenge, you may ask? To make it short, you must catch all Pokemon before the next gym badge available. This means that you have to fully evolve your starter and other annoying Pokemon to their last evolution stage before you can take on your first badge. Also, you're not allowed to use glitches or a second copy of the game. This means that some Pokemon like the version exclusives and trait evolutions will be out of reach for the challenge. But don't worry, we will catch quite a lot of Pokemon. Literally. So, knowing the rules of it, let's get into it. This video will cover the first pre-Batch 1 section. The story plays out as usual in Pokemon Gold and Silver. You get greeted by Professor Oak, and not Professor Elm for some reason, and you find yourself in the Pokemon world. Go downstairs, receive your Pokegear, and make your way to the lab to receive your starter. And all of that without 10-minute cutscenes. Take notes, game developers. Now is the time that we have the first choice of our run. The starter Pokemon. Usually I would always go with Cyndaquil, since it's my favorite. But here this could be more than annoying. You see, all three starters reach their final evolution stages at different levels. Chikorita will evolve into a Meganium at level 32, Cyndaquil into a Typhlosion at level 36, and Totodile into a Feraligatr at level 30. This may not sound like a huge difference to the average player playing the game the intended way. But a single level can make at least a 1 to 2 hour difference here, since we can only grind level 5 wild encounters at max. So, our choice will be Totodile today. We get our first task of seeing Mr. Pokemon over at Route 30. After arriving at his place, Professor Oak greets us and we are now in possession of a brand new Pokédex. Also, Mr. Pokemon gives us a mysterious Pokemon egg, which we need to take over to Professor Elm. After thousands of years of coexisting with Pokemon, we just found out that they use eggs to reproduce. For real, what are Pokemon researchers doing all day? Anyways, we make our way back to the lab and run into our rival for the first time. After royally kicking his butt, we come back to the lab, name our rival, hand over the mysterious egg to Professor Elm, and get rewarded with our first Pokeballs. This is where the fun begins. Now we just need to tell our mom that she needs to save money for us. Don't worry, I will explain later why this is important. We make our way to Route 29. Here we can catch Rattata, Pidgey and Sandra during the day, and Hoot Hoot at night. And we are almost out of Pokeballs already. Money, especially in this stage, is quite an issue, so make sure that you make every Pokeball count. After buying some more Pokeballs, we can head straight to Route 30, where we can get our first exclusive, Ladybug. Because of this, Spinarak and Ariados won't be available for us. Other than that, we can catch ourselves a Weedle. Heading up to Route 31, we have access to Bellsprout, and in Union Cave, you can get Zubat, Geodude, and with a 1% encounter rate, a Dunsparce. I catch 2 Bellsprout during this section, so I can use one of them for a trait for an Onix in Violet City. Arriving in Violet City, now you have access to your 2 main grinding spots, the Sprout Tower in the north and the Ruins of Alph in the west. Other than that, going further than that is not possible because of Sudowoodo blocking the path in the west and an NPC blocking the path in the south until you have your first badge. In the Ruins of Alph, we can catch ourselves an Unknown, and in the Sprout Tower at night we can get a Ghastly. I strongly recommend grinding your Pokemon in the Sprout Tower, since Ghastly gives out the most EXP at this point, reaching up to 80 EXP if you manage to find a level 6 Ghastly. If you're training normal type Pokemon, make sure to train in the Ruins of Alph, since they give you still whopping 43 experience for each Pokemon you beat. Doing so, I managed to evolve my starter into a Croconaw and into a Feraligatr at level 30 after around 6 hours. Zubat into a Golbat at level 22, and with max happiness into a Crobat after around 4 hours. Ladybar? God, I hated to train that thing. Into a Ladian at level 18 after around 4 hours. Seriously, this thing at level 17 could not even one-shot a level 4 Rattata. Sentret into a Ferret at level 15. Hoothoot into a Noctowl at level 20. Rattata into Raticate at level 20. Geodude into Graveler at level 25. Ghastly into a Haunter at level 25. And my other Bellsprout into a Weepinbell at level 21. With no evolution stones up to this point, that's the most we can get out of that line. Weedle evolved into a Kakuna and into a Beedrill at level 10. And Pidgey into a Pidgeotto and into Pidgeot at a whopping level 36. This alone took me around 11 hours. So, now that we caught and evolved all of... oh right, there's a route we missed out. On Route 46, which you can find northwest of New Barktown, we can't advance a lot. But we still have a little patch of grass, which gives us access to Spearow and Jigglypuff. Okay, this is the point where you have to decide. Do you want to keep what is left of your sanity, or do you want to grind for a Moonstone? You see, with the new feature of your mom saving money for you, it is technically possible to get enough money for a Moonstone. When she saved up enough money for you, and after a battle with a trainer, there is a chance that she will call you and telling you that she got an item for you. This would be a potion at 900 bucks saved, a repel at 4000 bucks saved, a super potion at 7000 bucks saved, a Charmander at 10,000 bucks saved, and a Moonstone at 15,000 bucks saved. The problem is that you are not even near that amount before you can take on Falkner. Since you have access to regrowing berries though, which sell for a whopping 5 bucks, you technically can get enough money at some point for your mom to get a Moonstone. With the help of resetting the clock of your game, it is possible, but it would take over 1000 resets for doing so. And because of this, usually you get the Moonstone after Gym 1. And so did I. Technically I failed this challenge at this point, call me a cheater, call me whatever, but I want to keep what is rest of my sanity. Also, that reminds me, please go to visit the Professor Oak subreddit, which I can warmly recommend. There you can find mad lads which achieve to get a Moonstone this early on. For real, a big shout out to them. Anyways, with this out of the way, we only have to evolve Spearow into a Fearow at level 20. And with this, after 53 hours and 30 minutes in, and 32 Pokemon in my Pokédex registered, I can finally take on Falkner, and beat him up with ease. This is the end of the first section of the Professor Oak challenge, and this definitely is the most tedious section so far. I bet it doesn't get worse than Pidgey or oh no. Thanks for sticking around this long. I hope you enjoyed my take on the Professor Oak challenge, and I strongly recommend you trying it out for yourself as well. So, I hope that I see you in the next video. Bye!